That coffee's good. She made me a coffee.
You hated it.
Really good. I'm not a coffee
You said
drinker.
It tastes like milk.
It did. You put a lot of milk in there, but I wanted
it wasn't sweet.
I needed
You kept
it to
saying
be
it wasn't
sweet. I'm not. Listen, guys. I am not a coffee drinker whatsoever,
Connoisseur.
and I'm not at all. And I just wanted to try it.
Sorry, you're a coffee connoisseur.
So I'm not. I'm not a coffee connoisseur at all. I always admire people who like drink coffee.
Why?
I feel like there's something about you guys. Like it's something really cool about you guys that I simply just want to be like. But I just can't get there because of the taste is very strong. I have a big sweet tooth.
Yeah.
So when I have coffee, I'm like, ugh. But then like sometimes I can enjoy it. I can't. I won't lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like coffee because it gets me like, it gets me hyped. You know why? I think like I was like I didn't like coffee before, and I was just like, ew, this is fucking disgusting. It's just gross. Okay. And then I was just like, wait, I need energy to get through my day. All of the day, I have to be up for how many hours around people? I don't want it. I need coffee. I need coffee.
That's what my mom used to tell me all the time. I always used to be like, Mom, why are you so like addicted? She's like, oh, it's the best addiction. I'm like, girl,
it's the best addiction.
Oh, you're a cocaine addict or something. It's kind of crazy.
It's actually an addiction. Like, I'm a fiend.
Really?
I'm a fiend.
See, I don't want anything holding over me. I mean, the only thing that holds over me is probably food. Like,
but you need food. Food's important.
But no, like I am like a food person. I'm not even like a foodie. Like I wish I could say I'm a foodie, but I'm not a foodie.
What's the difference between a food person and a foodie?
So I feel like a person who like likes food will just like eat anything. Like I love like Chick-fil-A or like In-N-Out, Chipotle.
Those are all great things.
Good food. But I feel like foodies are people who like go to different restaurants and get food that's like hella exotic.
Food. They want to like different palettes and things and notes.
Exactly.
And stuff.
Notes. I like that. That's
Thank
nice
you.
one. But that's exactly what I notice with people who are foodies. Like I have a friend on Instagram and I admire everything she eats. It's like I want to know like how do you just think to go to this restaurant and pick out anything that you want? I don't know. Yeah. It's crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Foodies.
You're gonna cut the awkward parts?
No.
Oh shit.
No, on there.
Get nervous. I like this though.
Yeah. Well, let me introduce you then, guys. It's just two of us. I guess peoples. Okay. The girl you've been listening to, the voice you've been hearing is the lovely Madison Mads, crowned by Mads. The light skin next door. Is that your Instagram?
That is my Instagram.
Light skin next door.
_
But to say, because one time I DM'd something to you when you first changed that handle, and it went to some random light skin boy.
Yes.
And I was like, not my friend.
I need him to delete that so I can actually take off the underscore, but
and have the whole thing. Yeah. So don't forget that underscore, guys. Yes. But this is Madison.
Hi guys.
She's my friend we met when did we meet?
We met through my cousin Dom.
Yeah, but like what year?
I think I was maybe what?
Were you still in high school? How you graduated?
I was in high school. I think I was a sophomore.
Wow. So me and Maddie are like junior. 2 years apart grade wise. No, 1 year apart grade wise. Grade wise. 2 years apart age wise. Yes. And I skipped a grade when I was really young. It was like a really insignificant grade. Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
I skipped kindergarten.
What?
Yeah, because I used to go to school with my brother because I have an older brother. Yeah. And I would just go to school with him. So by the time I was able to go to school, I knew everything. Wow. So I got to skip, and that's why I'm younger than all my friends.
You learn something new every day, even about your friends.
About your friends.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah. But what was my point? Oh, we've been friends for a while.
We've been friends for a while, man. Like I remember the day when I was just like so depressed because I've always loved singing. And I just remember the day when I was just like depressed and the boyfriend at the time just wasn't cutting it. He just wasn't cutting it. No. And I just remember I was on Instagram and I saw like you getting like a congratulation letter from Anda. Yes.
When I posted that.
Yes. And I was like, what is this? And you were like, oh, it's a school I got accepted to this college. And I looked it up. I watched the video. I kid you not, it was probably 9 p.m., 10 o'clock at night. I bawled my eyes out. They had really good marketing.
They did have good marketing.
Because that's cool.
Performing arts schools. All that money we gave them, they should have the best fucking marketing ever.
Exactly. So I cried and I ran to my mom's room and I said, Mom, I'm going to go to this school in LA. And I was like, I don't care. I get a bachelor's. And my parents just wanted to hear bachelor's. So they're like, all right, shit, okay. Hollywood. They kept calling me Hollywood. So that was that. And we ended up being roommates. Well,
I didn't know that
semester.
Yeah. I didn't know that's how it happened. I didn't know you cried.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was the inspiration.
You really were that person that, like, literally, if it wasn't for you, I probably would still be in Sacramento.
No fucking way.
I'm putting that all on you right now.
Wow. I'm responsible for your marriage with Joe.
Oh my God. I'm really not married,
She's
but
not married.
he's a fine fella.
Joe's her boyfriend. And wow, that's kind of cool. And your parents I'm responsible for the whole family relocating to LA.
Absolutely.
I'm being very dramatic. I'm not. But that's interesting. I remember when we went to AMDA. So for you guys who don't know, AMDA it's the American Musical Dramatic Academy of the Performing Arts, and it's a performing arts college in Hollywood, in LA. It's far too overpriced. It's extremely expensive.
Private school.
It's a private school. And to be so honest, sometimes even with my level of talent at that age, I'm like, did I really get into a difficult school, or did they just let anyone in so they can get paid? Because I saw some people with less, like, you grow, you get better as you age. Your singing develops. And my singing at that age wasn't super strong. And I was in class with people who had like Keandre, for example. Keandre's one of our really good friends. And he can sing every part in a harmony. You have a really good ear for harmony. And I was sitting there singing fucking, I don't know, something from Aida maybe. And I was just now didn't I say I was going to turn my alarm? Sorry, that's technically, it is turned off. That's my alarm. I have an alarm that's set, and it's a check-in with yourself alarm.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So one day I was just having a really hard day, just not a good time in existence. And I was like, I need to just be good. So I started watching YouTube videos, and I came across a Megan Batum video. Okay. And she said that you should check in with yourself. It was a video on therapy and things she learned from therapy.
Interesting.
Yeah. And she was check in with yourself. Have moments where you just check in with yourself and do it throughout your day. Okay. And I was like, I don't do that. And I just don't. And I'm not going to remember to do that. You know what I mean? Because even on my good days, I still want to check in. I want to feel what it's like to feel a good day. So when I saw that episode or that YouTube video, I went on my phone and set a random, I think it must have been 11:57 at the time. I just took that time and just set it. And now every day at 11:57, that goes off, the little number. Wow. And I check in with myself. And I'm not going to do it now, obviously, because we're recording a podcast. But I think it's really helped, if I'm honest.
Wow. I love that.
Yeah.
I need to start doing that because I notice when I'm doing hair, I'm at the shop and I'm in doing with my client, right? And I'm just so in it, I'm very hyper focused, and sometimes I forget to eat, I forget to drink water. So having a timer like that would really help. So thank you. I'm gonna keep that in mind. I also do hair. I do braid.
She does do hair, bomb hair. She didn't do these. I did, but that's why we're not gonna look at the back.
Oh my God. I try to fix it. No, I'm just.
You did not try. She said.
Well, I tried.
What'd you say? You don't.
I'm not getting paid.
I'm not getting paid. So can't do that.
But yes, I do braid hair. Please look at my Instagram, Crowned by Mads, if you need your hair,
well, let's talk about
protected hairstyles.
Absolutely. Everything's gonna be in the description, guys, wherever you're listening or watching this. So don't even worry about it. Just scroll up if you want to get your hair done right now and you live in the SoCal. I say Los Angeles when I said Cal would sound better. SoCal area, and she can do it. Because you started your own business.
I did.
Crowned by Mads. And I really admire you for the way you started it because welcome. I hadn't even said why yet, but you're welcome. Because the way you did it was we literally, Maddie would do our hair. She would braid all of our hair. And most of us in the group can braid. If I wanted to, I did these. We could braid if we wanted to, but I didn't want to do that. And when you started doing hair, Maddie did whose hair did you do? The last person you did before you made the Instagram?
Your sister, Delina.
Okay, she did my sister's hair. And then that night, we got requests from Crowned by... No, it wasn't Crowned by Mads yet. It was something else.
Butte braids.
Butte braids.
I couldn't think of anything. Crowned by Mads came later on.
It's so good, though. And I really admire how you just said, I'm going to start a business. And then the Instagram was up. And we were like, Maddie has a business. Yeah. Maddie, we would pay her, guys. We're not mean. We would pay. They would. Yeah, we would pay for the hair and to get it done. But at the same time, it's just you really started your own business and was just I'm just going to do it. And that takes a lot of, I want to say courage, but I think it's beyond courage. It's just knowing. It's it just takes a lot of this is what I want to do and I'm just going to do it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
It's I don't know. I feel like it was very much as a hobby, and I still am still in that process. But then, I'm noticing that I'm getting way busy, and I'm booking out months now, and it's just really it's really cool to stress, and I stress that for anybody who is breaking into becoming an entrepreneur. Even if you have any type of business, you really just have to stick to it. And word of mouth is your friend, literally.
And support your fucking friends, because that's a big part of it.
Absolutely. My friends were my models all the time. Like through all my Instagram, I would do hairstyles on me. People would want that, or on my friends. I want this style, and it's just nice to have beautiful, gorgeous friends that help you with your Instagram. So yeah, I mean, I love it. I'm in a shop now, and having it at your house compared to being in a shop is way different.
Why?
Because
or what are the benefits, I guess?
Well, the benefits are because my boyfriend, he works from home right now during the pandemic, so I don't want to bother him. My dog, I just feel like it's unprofessional when you have a dog running. He's so cute, but he likes to jump on.
Winston. I'll tag his Instagram to you guys.
Winston. But he just jumps on everybody, and everyone loves it. But then you get people who don't always want to say anything because they don't want to be rude. Yeah. But I just want to be professional at the end of the day. So having being in a shop, it's nice because at the specific shop that I'm at, All Society in Marietta, they are,
again, link below. Don't be
we'll
weird. You better scroll down and check him out.
Yeah. It's really cool to be there because I'm like my own boss in a way. So I get to come in anytime I want, as late as I want, 12 a.m., be there.
Really?
Yeah, I can stay there forever. Dope. Yeah. So I just am really running my own business, and who knows where I'm going to be at after, I'm excited to see what the future holds. I went from...
all good things.
Yes, girl. I went from trying to do law school, to now this. It's so strange, but...
You went from music, for being an artist in a duo, to paralegal, to going into law, to doing hair.
Yeah, it's really weird.
No, it's a beautiful thing. You just flow. You flow with what calls you. And I think that's something that's really hard for people. I think as humans, like, we want to, like, we said we're going to do something, and sometimes we can get in our own heads. And it's just like, I'm doing this. Like, that's what I'm doing. I'm not going to waver. And we stop ourselves from so many detours of blessings that maybe, like, we got, like, you got to the music to realize you wanted to go into law. And you got to law to realize you want to go into being your own business, like being your own boss. And you do hair now, and maybe you'll continue to do hair, but there's so many things that you can't learn as a paralegal or a lawyer that you learn from starting your own business from the ground up, and client interactions and marketing. Like, you have the ability to let yourself flow through life, and that's a really big gift that a lot of people don't give themselves the grace to do, because that's hard.
Honestly. And I feel like too, thinking about it, like what you said, you kind of connected things together for me, even to realize as well. I feel like that's just how everyone's life is. We do these certain things to get us to what our purpose is. And I feel like it takes forever to figure out our purpose, because I still don't know. I mean, you still don't. We don't know our purpose yet. Yeah. With a lot of prayer, with God. Shout out to God.
Shout out God. I love you, God.
I love you, God. It's kind of exciting what kind of journey he takes us on.
And if we have the ability just to listen and be like, okay, that's surrender. That word I've been hearing a lot lately. I know I just said it this time technically, but that word is what came. I've been hearing surrender a lot, like surrendering in like every possible way, like with what you know, with who you're with how you feel. It's just like, you got, like, the universe is gonna do. I've been watching the new season of Charmed a lot. Okay. And I really like it. I promise this is gonna make sense. And because I've been watching it, it's like Charmed. And if you guys watch Charmed, like the new season with the Black and Latino people,
is Charmed with the vampires?
No,
that's rude. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god, no! But this season they have Afro Latina. They have.
I love that.
Yeah, they have Latina, and all the 3 main girls are all women of color. Yeah,
I love that.
I love it too. It's really good. It's really, really good. Honestly, they're making season 3 right now. I'm excited. Right? But like, it's the show in itself. It's like things come at you. You never know when things are going to come at you in life. I'm making a very deep connection to this show that's just for entertainment. But it's just like, you have to be able to just take what the universe is going to do, because the universe is going to do what the universe is going to do. And in it, like, like in magical shows that deal with magic, people try to cheat death a lot. You know what I mean? Because they have powers, they try to cheat death. And it's just like, death comes regardless. And I think that, maybe this is a timing of why I'm watching the show right now, but it's like, you can't cheat heartbreak. You can't cheat, like, letting go. You can't cheat career shifts. You can't cheat movement. Like, when things don't work, when things stop, when things are no longer filling your cup or your soul or your passion, you have to let the universe move you, because it's going to move you into a better career. It's going to move you into a better relationship. It's going to move you into a better friend group. It's going to move you into a better state of mind, to where you're able to give yourself to what you want to do. And at the same time, it's also going to provide for you. Like, you can't have that knowledge of like, well, I got to do this to make this. It's like, no, like, let yourself be used and moved by the universe, and it will feed you in every way.
I love that.
That got really deep.
And that actually really reminds me of I'm not sure if you know who Michael Todd is.
Yes, because you told me about him.
I had a friend who showed me who he was, and I actually really enjoy his sermons. And I'm watching this specific sermon called Relationship Goals. It's been out for a while. I'm sure people have already seen it, but there's one thing that really stuck out to me. There's a couple things that stuck out to me, but pertaining to this conversation, he said something about, I know your religious beliefs. I'm not sure your audience religious beliefs too, but I believe in God. So, well, he said that you have to rip up your list, the list that we have about where we think we're going to be at this time in life. When I'm 30, I'm going to be here with my house and my kids and my husband, or, such and such and such. If you rip up that list and kind of just let God show you, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Let him do it. Let him, then you'll be all right. And so what you said kind of like made me think of that. So
that's true though. You have to. You just gotta like fucking flow, and it's hard. Especially
it's hard. It's
so hard, especially in America. It's not easy. I'm not gonna say America. I don't want to take that back immediately. Not in America, but like especially in a society where like you've been raised and taught you do this and you do that, then you make money and then you make a family and then you do this and like it goes from level up to level up to level up. But like what if those aren't levels up for me? Like what if I don't feel like going from high school to college is a level up for me? What if I don't feel that that's gonna benefit me? What if I hit the mic, sorry guys. And like I think that even like, because now going in a slightly different direction, I think a lot of parents put that on their kids, especially black kids.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like, we work so hard to be able to get an education, to be able to go to and attend, just to walk into these buildings, to go to these schools and get these things. And now we're at a point where it's like, well, we don't do that. I dropped out. And it's just like, what if like giving yourself the ability to just be like going against the grain, like ripping up your list, but also ripping up your parents' expectations, maybe even your friends' expectations. Sometimes you have to change groups and really be soloed out, but when you find home, you find different homes and different people and different groups and environments,
Yes, which I really admire you about, because that choosing to leave AMDA is very like big, because it's like you kind of, like you said, you went against the grain. And that's something I feel like I'm being 26. I'm 26, by the way. I'm not 22.
Like you give a shout out to 26.
We out here. But like when you're at that age, I'm sure people would know, it's like you kind of are at like a transitioning stage. I've talked to other people who are my age or who are older, and they say that, definitely 26 is when you figure it out. I mean, I'm sure like 25, 24, 20s in general.
You're right, but something about that
other side of 20.
Other side of 20, but even that mid, like 24, 25, 26, those 3 years, because I'm 24, and when I hit 24, I said, something's different. I could feel it in the air. I was like, something not sitting the same.
It's getting real.
It's getting real. Because you say 24, and I'm like, damn, how old? What am I? Huh?
That's what Keanu said too the other day for his birthday. I'm 25.
Yeah.
But man, girl, a lot of responsibility, and and it's so interesting because I see like our friends having babies or getting married, and you start to really think like, okay, like,
do I need to do that?
I need to do that? But then again, it's kind of like refreshing that no, I don't have to do that, because I feel like our society, the generation that we're growing up in, it's like, people will know, like, you don't have to be this certain age to be doing this and that and getting a house and being married and have kids. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Literally whatever you want. What is that?
I don't even know what that is. Paper.
It's not getting money. Fuck a baby.
Not really fuck babies.
No, because babies are great.
Very beautiful.
Right. And eventually
little aliens.
They look so gross.
No, not
yes, they freaking do. Have you seen a newborn baby?
Put that on there.
Cut that out.
Oh.
Have you seen a baby?
Yes, babies are beautiful. It's really crazy to me, like how like as I start to see, like, it's crazy how like babies like really like
develop in the stomach, the fetus, and
like, us women are bringing life. Shout out to the mothers. Tomorrow's Mother's Day. Mom,
it is Mother's Day.
I really love you.
Well, I love you too, Mom. I can't not say I love you to my mom too.
JC.
Shout out JC. No, mother's really the shit. But also, if you don't have a mother like this days, that's so interesting about holidays, because like like I've never been on the side where I don't have a mom or don't have a dad.
Yeah, same.
But like it's depending on your relationship or where your relationship is. If your parents are alive, it's like holidays kind of are also ass.
Yes.
Like holidays kind of suck.
Yeah.
At the same time, like I don't like holidays.
Yeah. Oh really?
Let's
dive into that. Why don't you like holidays?
I don't like Christmas. I don't like
what?
I don't like fall
Hanukkah?
to winter.
Sorry.
I'm just not that religion. But like I don't like just something about the idea of maybe this is my family dynamic, you know, it's ups and downs, you know, not all families are perfect. And for mine in particular, sometimes it's hard to like be with everyone at once, you know, and sometimes it feels like stressful. And it's like,
interesting,
you know, like think about this. Like if I get in a fight with my sister today and then the next day is Christmas, I want to give you your gift. I don't like you right now.
Wow.
I want to give you your gift that I thought about you for. But like sometimes like families fight and then it's like you're forced to come together and like love each other on this particular day. And it's like, what if I don't feel good about you today? It's a lot of pressure.
Do you think that's like with like siblings? Because see, with me, I didn't grow up really having siblings like that. Like, you know, I have like my brother and sister. They're 7 now. They'll be 7 in June 3rd.
Well, Cancer babies or the Gemini babies?
Geminis, just like my mom. Ooh, them Geminis. Love them. But anyway, so I don't know. I've never really got to experience that. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I mean, maybe I can say like my parents were like, I won't say they're like my siblings.
It's different though.
Yeah, it's different family dynamics.
And fighting with your mom and dad is different than fighting. I think it might be a sibling thing. Because like, we all have to be together. But if I was an only child and it's just like, yeah, mom, yeah, dad, they're my parents. Like, you know, but like, I think it is more of a sibling. There's more factors, like more kids, more people, more relationships. And sometimes they don't work. You know, I also realize like you can't pick your family, right?
Yes.
It's like a sign like,
Isn't
pick
that
your friends.
crazy?
I know. I kind of wish I could. Well, I wouldn't pick the right ones anyhow. What do I know? But like, I feel like when you have friendships, then you could say, you know what, you're not for me anymore, and the friendship can dissipate and you could just go your separate ways and be fine. But you can't say that with your siblings because like your mom still loves that other human being. They still don't be there. You know what I'm like? They still don't be there. Like your dad want to call and check in, how they doing. Like you kind of, you're forced to have like a relationship with these people. And that sounds like I'm saying something bad, but I mean it in the way of sometimes you don't get along with your siblings. Sometimes like if you weren't family, you wouldn't be friends. And that does make a relationship sometimes hard. It's like, you know, I do love you because you are my sister or you are my brother, but it's like we actually don't get along. And and people say like it's your family, like ride for them, stick with them. But like, what if you don't? What if you just aren't for each other? And it's like you still love them, but you don't really want to have that friendship relationship because you guys don't get along. And it's kind of hard. I mean, I know for my family, my mom's very much like, keep your siblings close. And it is important. Like, your family is important. You can't pick them. You can't replace them. So I do, and you can't replace anybody. But, like, I do understand it. But holidays make it feel like we're supposed to be, like, and maybe this is something that I have to unlearn. Maybe this is a therapy session for me.
I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm the therapist in hair with friends. I love it. I always like to bring out shit.
Crowned by Mads, and then also Madison therapy.
Lawyer, therapist, singer, hairstylist.
She's a fucking Barbie.
Girl. So, yeah, like I said, I just did Ancestry. You know, like the Ancestry stuff. And I just found out that I am 24% Nigerian.
That's a big percentage.
That is pretty good, right?
When did you start saying ew?
I don't know. I've been doing it a lot.
I swear you. When did this come about?
Can I say purr? Like, call me big purr. No,
to me, why someone texted me purr, and I was just like, I'm fucking stealing that. Like, purr.
I know.
With this, put this in it, like right here. Like, just imagine every time I say purr, just
put that little thing.
Like the asterisk mark. Tucking my hair behind my ear. Go ahead.
So I have 24% Nigerian. I have 14% Spanish. So that's where the Spanish comes from. And I have a lot of European in me. So we calculated all the different like African that I have in me, and it's 56%. The other percentage is all like European.
Interesting.
That's why I'm paler than my mom. I'm more, I think I have a...
But you have more black in you. You said you have 56% African.
Yeah, but I always thought I was 75% black and like 25%, because my mom, she's half. But my
oh, right.
You get it? And my dad, he looks like a black man.
Yeah.
But his mother is also adopted. So then I'm learning the Nigerian doesn't really come from my mom's side. She's more Cameroonian, which I also have. But I have more than Nigerian from my dad's side. Isn't that crazy? I also got Wales in me. I got a lot of English, Scottish,
Scottish.
Scottish.
Scottish. It's what can I?
From
Ireland.
Essex.
From Essex. Yeah.
You're really good at it.
Thank
She's
you.
so fucking good at the accent.
I do it every episode now. I feel
Oh,
like
okay,
I just get into it. You know what I mean? Shout out Love Island.
Love Island, we love you.
We love you. Oh, okay. So in the first episode, I talked about how our friend group doesn't we have to use the accent
Sure,
at all
of
times,
course,
right?
Of course.
Juliet was like, we can't get off the phone without rounding the end of a
Exactly.
bye.
Bye.
See you
We always do
later.
that. See you
And
later.
Right. It's just really a part of my personality now. Maddie's in that friend group. What
Gang, we out here. You
yo,
feel
we
me?
can't not do it.
We love y'all, bro. Like, we do.
Honestly.
Like, we need to take a trip to England.
Yes.
Should we go to Essex?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm so into that.
I'm so down.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah,
Plan
dude.
that shit. Watch us out there on like a podcast or a vlog.
I would love to do a podcast.
One of the
there.
vlogs. Juliet is the vlogger, so
She's
we'll
the
do
vlogger.
We'll
do
be on hers.
we'll do a collab. We'll do a smash up.
Oh yeah.
You know, I love the idea. I've always wanted to I've always wanted to go to Europe.
Yes.
But like specific, you know what I mean? But then I want to stay in the accent. I will never break character.
Okay.
I want to be in the accent, and I want to see how many people are like believe me.
Yes.
Like I want to know if you can tell the difference or not. Like I don't want to use a yanker. I don't want to be a yanker at all. I want to be straight Brit, man. Straight Brit. You know, it's going to be like Essex the fuck out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down for. I probably won't be able to handle it. I probably can't join you on that journey of staying in character. But what I'll say is, I'm rooting for you. Like I'll root you on the whole time.
I mean, this is my lad. This is my friend. My lad. She
Hello.
came
We have a little banter. I'm a girl's girl. You know.
Girls. She came from the States. She's over here just visiting me. Yes. Two guys in the city. Yeah, I gotta throw something away in the bin.
Did you know that AMDA has a lambda? There's an AMDA.
Fucking kidding me?
Is in London. One of my clients.
Now that shit I would have done. I would have stayed if I can go to London. I didn't want to go to New York because I didn't want to be in Broadway. But I would have gone to London if I would. Is that new?
I don't know because my client, she told me that her friend got accepted there, and she said it's called Lambda, and I was like, Lambda, what?
The
it's
London,
like London and
musical.
AMDA.
I'm really mad about that.
Isn't that fucking
Wait.
crazy?
Los Angeles,
London.
What's AMDA? American Musical Dramatic Academy. So London. Limda? Where's the A? What's the A stand for in Lambda? Yeah.
I don't know.
Interesting.
We'll have to look it up.
Yeah, because I would have gone to there.
Me too.
I would have stayed. For that, I would have stayed. Well, actually, maybe not. I didn't know about Love Island.
I wonder
maybe I
where,
wouldn't have cared.
let me see where it's at in London.
In London. Lambda.
Wait, go ahead, do it again.
No, I can't do it.
Mom, do the accent. You did it perfect. That Dani was just doing her English accent. My mom's really good with accents.
Let's all be on the podcast together.
All together?
Like, it would be a great idea. We could all do it together.
She sounds like a fairy godmother.
So you had your short little cameo. Hopefully she keeps you in.
Oh, that would be wonderful. I love it.
I have to now.
All right. Bye, Mom. I love you.
Bye, Kelly.
Happy Mother's
you.
Day.
Thank you. Have fun. Bye.
Cute.
I got her the
Love Kelly.
cutest gift.
What'd you get
for
her?
Mother's Day. So, she's been wanting, yummy extensions.
Mhm.
Boom. Shouting you guys out. Love your hair. Yeah.
Just burning her.
Love your But I just got her those extensions for Mother's Day. They're like $300,
Nice.
but she's a mom.
It's a
She's
nice
worth it.
gift.
Thank you.
100%. She has a lot of hair, though, already.
She just wanted to have some fullness, I guess.
Okay, just a little added.
Yeah.
Cool.
But anyway, I looked it up, and I think I made that up, or my client did. It's not
There's no
lambda.
lambda?
It's like lambda, or I don't know. Well, I don't know what it stands for. I'm not gonna try, but cool.
Cool. Well, so sorry you can't go to AMDA in London. But you kind of AMDA itself. It's a lot of hype, y'all. So if you look for performing arts colleges, maybe look. I'm trying to bash, but maybe look at a different one.
Look at some different ones.
There's some different ones. Well, now we are going to do Dating with Dani. So, if you are listening to the podcast, Dating with Dani is a fun little segment that we do exclusively for our YouTube babes.
Mm-hmm.
So, unfortunately for you, we're gonna have to see you guys after we go into Dating with Dani, and for you guys on the tube, sit right there because it's just coming at ya. And we'll be right back. So this is Dating with Dani, and if you guys don't know by now, Dating with Dani is when we get some questions. I go on Instagram, I ask some Instagram babes if you have any questions about dating.
Yeah.
anything around the world of dating, and we answer them to the best of our ability. Okay. You ready? Okay. I feel like there's something on my lip. Is there?
No, I don't see anything.
Oh, okay. No, it's just me. Okay, so dating with Daniee. Okay, so our first question is okay. So I have been, my eyesight's bad. Okay, so I've been dating in the pandemic on dating apps, and it's been going pretty cool, but I have not gone to see anyone I've been talking to. And now that we're coming out of a pandemic, I'm a little hesitant on dating. Does she mean like just like date? Well, I'll just finish her. Yeah, hesitant on dating. Any advice on dating, getting yourself back out there, and coming out of a pandemic? Well, I've never been on a pandemic before, so I don't have a lot of advice on how to come out of a pandemic when it comes to dating. What do you think?
Wow. That's a good one starting off.
Yeah.
Honestly, girl, boy, whoever we're talking to.
Either
they. I honestly feel like.
Wait, when I said they, it made it look like I was joking, but I actually meant they, like a respectful day.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just really wanted to check that.
I honestly feel like don't be shy. Go out there and meet that honey. You know what I mean? Meet that honey. You know, you guys talked through the pandemic. You needed someone to get close to. That person should be excited to meet you. I'm sure you're excited, so don't be scared. You know, right? What would there to be scared about?
Well, like a pandemic. I mean,
excuse me, like there, you know?
Right. I mean, maybe thinking like they have the thing that should not be named, but like maybe they think they have it. But I mean, like if it right. But if you're scared about that, then just make sure you guys both get the vaccine and let that be a common like thing, or keep your mask on. Like take safety precautions if that's where your fear is coming from. But if it's about seeing people and just dating again, because it's kind of like when you like. You know, like let's just say you fall off a horse. You have a bad experience, you fall off a horse. It's like you're not scared of the horse, but you're scared to fall off again.
Right.
And maybe when it comes to dating, it's like you're not scared of getting in a relationship, but like you haven't dated face to face in a while, and it's a lot. Yeah. You know, it's a lot easier to say things behind a camera, or not behind a camera, behind a screen.
Right.
So, or even behind a camera if you're doing FaceTime stuff. So I would say like you eventually, if you want to get in a relationship, you do have to get back out there. You do have to actually physically see the person.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah, so just give it your best shot. I mean, it's dating. It's scary. I see you, girl. I hear you, girl. Yeah. Or him. I happen to know this is a girl, so I'm just going to say I see you, girl. I hear you, girl.
Good. We didn't specify that at the beginning.
But yeah, like I guess just try it. I mean, there's really, the advice is honestly try it and just have grace with yourself and take it slow if you want to. Take it easy. If it's about the pandemic and having that fear of getting sick, then just take all the precautions necessary and maybe get tested. Like make sure you feel comfortable in that scenario with that person. And then just try it. I mean, we're in the age of dating apps. Like the pandemic was like pushed everyone into dating apps if you weren't already in a relationship.
For sure.
So
a lot of people have been in relationships and making them quarantine babies.
Quarantine babies, not us though.
I know, yeah. we made it out. We made it out alive.
Made it out alive, and now I'm single. I don't know. I never really made it, but no, it's good.
Damn.
You know, but I mean, I can relate though, because like dating, even though like dating is not something I'm really thinking about right now at all, but like I do understand like dating is, especially when you're like, you know, in your 20s, it's just like you're you're moving older. It's not the same.
And I think too, like the difference between like being maybe early 20s and dating opposed to being like on the other side of 20, you kind of start to realize, okay, we're adults and this isn't really working. So if it's not working, clean break, no dramatic toxic, he cheated on me, I cheated on him. No need. You kind of get to that point when you're like, all right, we tried, you're a great person, I'm a great person, we just maybe aren't always that great together, and that's okay, because that person can be out there for us, or you can just go out and get that time to spend just to be with yourself, and that's also amazing. I always feel like I admire people who are single and out there getting it, you know what I mean? Yeah. Who's to say you can't be in a relationship and out there getting it? I know sometimes being in a relationship, you can sometimes feel like you're lost. I know we're kind of taking the conversation somewhere else, but
that happens.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah. But, I mean, you know, when you're in a relationship, sometimes you feel like you're lost because you give all all of yourself to that person, and you guys maybe argue and try to figure out how to, communicate and figure out ways where not changing yourself, but having those compromises to get you through that relationship to make it be a positive one.
Yeah.
And I feel like, as you get older and you learn those people, it becomes more easier to communicate. Hopefully you're dealing with someone who is a good communicator.
Right.
That's hard.
And it's important. And like good communication is different to each person.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like you have to figure out your balance of like communication, how you're going to do it. But I feel like if you're coming out of this pandemic, it's like we have to keep living our lives regardless of what's going to happen in the future, not just a pandemic. Right. So like, be cautious, but don't be scared. Fear will only lead to regret. Fear is like the beginning of regret, because you only do think if you're fearful of something, you're scared of it. If you're scared of something, you're not going to do it. And if you don't do it, you're always going to think woulda, shoulda, woulda, coulda, but I just didn't. And you can't have that. You cannot have a shoulda, coulda, woulda type of lifestyle, girl. You're better than that. Everyone is better than that. Like, fuck it up.
So I have a question for you. This is something that I saw. I think it was like, I don't know, it was like on some show I was watching, but the person tended to almost, I would say, sabotage their relationships or almost like run away when the first sign of something that wasn't good happening, or even being good, you just get scared. Maybe it has to result to any abandonment issues that you've had. I feel like when people have abandonment issues, it's not always the same reaction. It's always different, but it becomes destructive. Like sometimes there's people out there who have abandonment issues, and so they run away, or they feel like they need to become perfect in everything they do. You know what I mean? Or they sabotage things in a relationship. Like, I'm not supposed to be with this person. I can't be with this person. Or I'm not good enough. Type of stuff like that. Because if I'm not good enough, they're going to leave anyway. So I might as well just cut it off. Or, you know what I mean? Like, that person hurt me. F you. We're not talking no more. Type of stuff like that. And it's like, I don't know do you think that stems with abandonment? Like, you know what I mean?
I would say, yeah, I won't make this I'll respect this person's privacy, but also give this tidbit that I feel like aligns with this. And it's that I saw a long time ago, and I don't want this to discredit it because what I'm about to say is really important, but I do want to tell you guys how I saw it because that kind of makes it make sense to me. Right. I was on Instagram, and Shawn Mendes does this thing where before his concerts, he would come out to like a small group of fans and he would talk to them.
Ooh,
and
wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It was cool. I was like, I want to do that. Definitely want to do that. And this young girl asked something about relationships, and he said this thing. At the time, he just dropped an album that I really liked. Not the last one, but the one before that. I think it was titled Shawn Mendes. Okay. And I really liked the album, so I was starting to like watch his stuff more. And he said, you need to love yourself first, because it's impossible to accept love if you don't believe you're worthy of good love. Wow. Yeah, and it's sometimes it just like it really hit me, and maybe that doesn't sound as philosophical to others, but at that time in my life, I was like, I love me. I know I love me, but why is it so hard for me to accept good love? And when I say good love, because there's different levels to love. Some love is toxic, some love is fueled by the wrong things, but good love, pure love, unauthentic, unapologetic, wholesome, healthy love from someone is such a high level of respect and admiration to be able to receive it, not only just to give it, because you can give things. People are like, oh, I want to do it for you. I want to do it for you. They're always putting it back on other people, but there is a gift in receiving. Absolutely. Because like if I was at church one time with my dad, and like the pastor was talking about you can't have a closed fist. Like you can't say, give me my blessings and close my fist. You can't do that. You need to, right. He was like, your hand should be like this. For those who can't see, well, actually, this is the YouTube part, so everyone
ignore
can see.
These nails, honey. I'm so sorry. I be braiding, so these two are never on. Okay.
That's funny. But he's like, it needs to be like this. You need to be able to hold things in your hand, but also let them go. You need to be able to receive, but also give. And a closed fist isn't able to receive, and it's not able to give. So you have to be able to be, so you have to be able to live it open, because things need to flow through your life. What's meant to stay will be able to stay in this canal. If you can see my hands, like the canal isn't, you know what I mean? Like it's not like this. It's not just like your things are washing over you. What's meant to be there will be able to have a home, and it will not flow out of your life.
Catch on,
right. But what needs to flow through is going to be able to flow through. And a big part of love is like, you need to be able to receive good love. So you need to know that you are worthy of good love. And that takes a lot of insight. And what I realize is that for some people, it's like when it comes to abandonment, or if it comes to your upbringing as a child and not feeling like parent state or sibling state or partner state in your life, and you feel like people are always leaving you, it's like, why am I not good enough for people to stay? You know, and I think that's something I struggle with. I was like, if I'm so good, why don't you stay? But it's like, it's sad to say it's not about you, and it's just like you have to be.
That's true. It's not,
but it doesn't feel that way. And when you see patterns, it really doesn't feel that way. But when you're able to see good people and you're able to bring out the light in people, kind of what you said earlier of like when people talk to you, it kind of starts to feel like therapy. In some realms, I feel like that too, where it's like when I date someone, I like to dig deep. I like to be in it. I like to talk. That's why I started a podcast. I like, what's going on? Let's talk about it. Let's unravel. Let's debrief. Let's go all into it. You know what I mean? And I think that when you date someone who's like me or like you, it's like we have that desire to be so vulnerable and open that when we date people realize things about themselves, things that aren't surface level. You know what? Because even in our conversations, like we don't think we're picking, but we're asking these questions that aren't surface level questions. We are really opening up that thing and we want to know, and it's so natural to flow into it that it's just like, wait, I had childhood trauma?
Daniee, that is amazing that you just said that. I just went through this experience with a friend who is saying like, sometimes I get it, like sometimes people, I think maybe if it's not like your close person, you know, or people you kind of just know sub level, sometimes I like to ask deep questions to kind of everybody, just to get closer. That's just my way of getting closer, so I can agree with you with that. And they were saying sometimes, well, they were saying basically for me, like I shouldn't be sharing so much, which is whatever. In that person's defense, the things that I was sharing was something he probably didn't really need to know anyway, but it was just something that I felt on my heart that I needed to, almost like a testimony, if you will. Yeah. So anyway, moving from that, I remember asking that person those questions, like kind of some deep questions, and he was kind of hesitant. And do you feel like with men, specifically, I don't want to say black men, but men in general are more closed off? And not like you said, when we want to get in a relationship with someone, we like to dig deep.
Deep as hell.
And sometimes do you feel like, have you, for instance, ever had someone who say like, back up, like, why are you asking so many questions, and kind of getting defensive in a way? Have you had that happen before?
I do, and I think that sometimes it's mistaken as me like jumping into a relationship. Sometimes prying, yes, absolutely, sometimes prying. But sometimes I think it's mistaken as me like you're moving too fast, and it's like, I'm not moving too fast. I want to know you. I want to really know you, because until I really know you, I don't know if I want to be here. So it's like, you know, and it's like some people are okay learning as you go, just whatever they're willing to share, they want to share.
Absolutely, right.
You know, and respect to them.
Respectful. They have boundaries.
We
just don't. We don't have boundaries, and we don't care.
We don't care. We want to know everything. But I feel like when you come from when you desire emotional connection in a relationship, you want that's what keeps us here. It's that I know these things about you. It's that I understand you. And some people can't. Everyone has their giftings, and some people, like, I just have an empath. Okay, I could or could not be. I feel like I am. So like, I like to know, and I want to feel, because naturally I feel what you're feeling. I could just feel as I go, and that's why during the pandemic it was so fucking hard. I didn't want to leave my house. I was like, everyone's stressed, and I feel the whole world. It felt like it sometimes, you know. But like when you come into a relationship, to come back onto topic for me, it's like when I ask these questions or I feel like I get into it, sometimes I'm met with like, oh, I don't want to be here. But I never think it's like, I'm not being rude. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm not like, tell me your whole life story and like your demons. It's always just like me naturally talking and asking. And if they back away, then they back away. So it does feel like I'm met with like a whoa, like I don't want to dig that deep. But it feels like, if you don't want to dig that deep, I know I can't be with you. Right. Because I don't want to know surface level you. Right. I don't want to casual you. I don't want to know what the dude next door knows about you. Like, I want to know you to see if you're the person I want to be with.
And do you feel like moving forward in a new relationship, it's kind of like as we get older, we start to realize those red flags in people. And we start to realize, like, this is the type of person that I want in my relationship. Someone who is open to open those floodgates and let me in. Even though if it can be overwhelming, just be open to the fact that I'm asking you these questions and be okay with it. You know what I mean?
Healing. Like, I call this my healing
Very
journey.
Healing.
Right. And it's just like, it's also, and I don't know if you could relate to this, but it's like, I want to know that about you, but in the same way as, you know, we do things and it's like, oh, they did that for me. Maybe they want that for themselves. Right. I want you to run into my gates. Like, if it's flooding, like, go against against the current. Like, I want you to come in, and I want you to want to come in, and I want you to know me so deeply.
Absolutely.
And love me for all those parts of me, because life only gets more complex. Life only gets more challenging. Life only gets more diverse. And if people can come with you along your journeys, but also have respect and understanding for your past, they're going to go and walk through life with knowing that my partner in life, whoever I picked to be this person, their journey is so authentic and understanding that you can't, when you know people, it's harder to hurt them. And I think that some people think it's the opposite. Like, if I know you, I can hurt you, and I don't want you to be too close, so I'm gonna be able to hurt you. But no, it's like, when I know your ticks, I know what not to do. When I know what you come from and where you're at and where you've been, I know how to navigate going in the future. Right. If I know you have a problem with your father, I know that I'm not gonna make if I have a good relationship with my dad, I'm not gonna make Father's Day a big deal in front of you. Because I understand that might be something else. You know what I mean? But I would have to know, what's the relationship with your father? And
I feel like that's good, like, awareness in relationships. And I feel like sometimes relationships lack that. And I feel like that's why maybe that can be a problem in relationships. Like, I know sometimes I realize sometimes I kind of struggle with awareness sometimes. Because sometimes we're so always about self and what am I doing today, and and we're not always paying attention of the people around us and how their feelings are and the things that we do to affect them. Right. And I feel like for me, this is a good little nugget, just like to just be aware more of, like, you know, not only our surroundings, but just the people that are in our lives, the closest people, because our stresses that we go throughout the day, it can always be put on those close people, and it's not always that fair, you know? That's
true. That's very, very true. That's like a thing of, like, and again, therapy, highly recommend it. Therapy. We're all in it.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
But, like, I remember that from a relationship, I was like, I would ask him, I was like, I really need you to be able to tell me what you're feeling. I need you to be able to tell me what you're going through, even if it's just like, I don't know what it is, but today ain't it for me. It's just not it. At least tell me that, because I need to be able to navigate my emotions around you, because I'm going to think they're mine, but they're not mine, because I'm asking you, you say you're fine, but you're not fine. So I'm like, am I okay? Am I not? These feelings, are they my own emotions? Because when you're so close to someone, you don't, it's hard, you start to blend the two, especially when you're around them constantly. So when you have that awareness of yourself to be like, listen, I know I'm going through something. I know that I'm doing things that I'm feeling feelings right now. And then telling the people that you're around, hey, today is not my best day. You could still come around. But just letting you know, if you don't want, like, I'm not vibrating high today. You know what I mean? I'm not vibrating so high. And it's that awareness. And that awareness is able, when you have that awareness, you're able to navigate the world differently, because you also start to realize it in other people. You can start to see your vibration's different. I see it. I feel it. Something else is happening on, and I can either stay here or I can leave. Right. But you think you can't take things personal. And I think if people had more awareness of their own mental and emotional levels on a day-to-day basis, you would be able to navigate the world differently, because you'd able to say, like, I don't really want to be here right now. I really can't do this. And you wouldn't force yourself to do it. Or you would have the respect to be like, you don't deserve, like how you were saying, like, I don't want to give this to you, but let me, if you're there and you want to be there for me, okay, but I don't want to just give it to you. So I need to ask you, like, hey, this is where I'm at, and have that respect and that conversation. But I mean, mental health is becoming a big thing now, which is great.
I love it.
Right. But, like, there's more than just saying, like, I have anxiety, or, like, what people do. Kids they do that now. Like, what the fuck?
I hate that shit. I hate this too. This shit. It makes me cringe. I'm sorry, I'm a millennial. I don't care. Gen Zers.
You're 26. But yeah, like, it's honest. Like, it really is, like, you have to have that level of awareness for yourself, and be able to have that type of love, and to show yourself a really great love, and to be like, I am worthy of great love.
Yes, and to tie it back into, because we went on a big rant, to tie it back to the girl who said, you know, just be aware of how you're feeling. Why do you feel like you're kind of nervous and afraid almost? Is
Good
it
point.
because of maybe you know, have maybe seen a lot of people since being in the pandemic, so maybe you're just feeling like, oh, you know, maybe physically how you feel, or whatever the it may be. Just be aware, and then be aware of how that person treats you at the end of the day, because it matters. It doesn't matter about anything else, as long as that person is treating you with the utmost respect and there are boundaries.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I hope that helps you, because we went off on a really big
one.
The spirits were talking to us. They said we had to get
speaking.
They were just Get it out your system. Right. Whoever hears this, I hope you feel blessed. I hope we touched you in some way. 'Cause someone else was talking through us. That was kind of long. I think we only have time for one today because that was like long. But I loved that. Well, if you guys have any dating questions, concerns, burning desires, or things you just want to know our opinion on, please DM me.
DM her.
DM me. DM the podcast on Instagram. Again, all the links are going to be down below, so you don't have to look hard or far for those informations. And yeah, like DM us any Dating with Dani questions, and we will try to get to you on the next episode. Maybe we'll really dive into your question like this. Who knows? Who knows? We have to bring you back because I think that's the best Dating with Dani we've ever done.
Yay!
I would say. So yeah, so if you have any burning dating questions or dating related, just things that you want some advice on, DM me at the podcast on Instagram, and we will try to answer your questions on our next episode.
I love that.
Now back to the podcast. Welcome back, guys. So
I didn't leave. I'm still here. I'm sorry.
Staying here forever. No, that was a fun segment though. I think that's my favorite Dating with Dani I've ever done.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So if you guys are listening, you should really head over to youtube.com/the podcast and check out that Dating with Dani because I loved it. And for you guys on YouTube, you're still riding with us. So next, here we go. We're continuing on. This is our little game I like to play to get to know our guests, and it's called Bundle of Best.
Oh, okay.
Ta-da-da. Very nice. Yeah, so Bundle of Best. So basically, it's rapid fire. Okay. I'm gonna ask you some questions. Yeah, right, no, you're gonna be fine. It's like we gotta sit up, get ready. Yeah, it's rapid fire, and basically, I just ask you some questions, and you just give them to me quick. Whatever first comes to your mind. Say it. And if something interesting, like something I'm just like, wait, I want to like dive into that, then I'll say stop, and then you have to like explain a little bit about it.
Okay.
Yeah?
Sure. Definitely.
Okay. Yeah. Here we go. Bundle of Best with Madison, aka Mads.
Did you really write these down?
Yes, I did. I'm prepared. This is a professional podcast.
This is prepared. Okay.
Don't gas me. You're funny. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Here we go.
Okay.
Best job.
Best job? This one. I like reading.
Okay. Best date.
Best date. Did you think if I did? Oh,
first one. It could be like a place, location, just any.
Actually, the best date I had was when my boyfriend surprised me on Valentine's Day. He got an Airbnb in Long Beach.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it was so nice, and then he treated me to like a 3-course meal. It was beautiful. It was nice. That was a nice treat.
Shout out Joe. Joe doing it right. Best year of high school.
Best year of high school, freshman year. I went.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's like the year I hate.
I know. I loved freshman year because I went to middle school with like the people who lived near me or whatever. Then I went to 8th grade. Everyone who took the bus had to go to a new middle school, which I fucking hated. And I was just excited to get back to like my old people,
friends,
new high school by my house, and I just like flourished. So
I get you.
Very popular, you know.
She was popular gal.
Kinda, I guess.
Best party you ever went to?
Best what?
Party.
Mm-hmm. Oh, them house parties up in Sacramento. You feel me out here? Sacktown.
Don't get shot up. It wasn't bumping. Okay. Best kiss.
Best kiss.
Rapid. Just anyone that comes to mind.
I really can't tell you.
Maybe I'll save that for the people that come here who are single.
Of course, it was him. He was the best kiss.
Best movie.
Best movie. I'll just say. Oh shit. I'm gonna say. Matilda.
Okay.
I like that movie.
Best song.
Best song.
Best song ever to you.
What? Dani, what are these questions?
Julia said the same.
God.
She said it like the same way you said it to me.
Gosh.
Best song. I can name my best song.
What is your best?
Okay. What?
Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Yeah, September.
Oh,
September, Earth, and Fire. Yeah. Okay, so what's yours?
I'm going to say a good... You know what? I feel like Beyonce has a good mix of music.
So you're picking best artist.
Oh. I'm going to just say Lemonade Beyonce because I liked that song.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know. It's just so random.
The best.
It's just something that I thought of.
Okay. Fair enough. Best food ever. Like best meal. Yeah. Like your favorite meal.
My favorite meal?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anything that's like, this is like the best food ever. Like this is just the best meal. Like,
I would say, I'm just gonna say this because I like it. Like at cheesecake, how they have the Louise
pasta. Hell yeah, brother.
Is bomb as hell.
Bomb as hell. I would say it's my favorite food too. That's like the best food.
That's what I'm gonna have on my cheat day.
Okay.
My real one.
Bitches had 3. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Shh, don't tell my trainer. She trains. She's really good. Sacramento.
Best birthday.
Birthday? Oh, best birthday. My best birthday would have to be the one right before the pandemic when I had all my girlfriends come out to Palm Springs. We got an Airbnb and had just a great ass time.
That was it. I love that birthday. That's when y'all really became friends, like this whole group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Best vacation.
Best vacation?
First thing that comes to
New
mind.
York. Fuck yeah.
Period.
I went out to New York because one of my really good friends was in a show and I had an opportunity to go out there. She was like, Maddie, I'm staying in Soho. You need to come. This is the time you need to come. And I was like, all right, bet, get it. Just got out of a relationship. Girl, I was out there having fun.
You don't have to explain everyone.
Oh, my bad. Rapid fire.
You're just outing yourself, so I'm out there having fun. Best concert.
Best concert?
Yeah.
I would have to say Schoolboy Q. No. Schoolboy Q was good. But I'll have to say the one with it was like the comeback tour with Kendrick Lamar and Drake and Issa Rocky.
Nice. That's a good one. Best quality in a person.
Best quality in a person is someone who I feel like has your back, who's loyal. I love that. I love someone who,
That's
loyal
good.
friend.
That's it.
Wow.
We did it.
That's it.
We did it. If it makes you feel any better, you were the fastest yet.
Really?
No one's really done it that fast so far. You did it the best.
You kept reminding me.
Well, yeah, I think that's why, because I just let them do it. And I was like, okay, we've been sitting here in silence. The podcast, you just keep talking.
Wow. That was fun, Danny.
Who?
Sorry. I almost said Juliet.
Maddie has this thing where she calls everyone not their name. Yeah. And it'll be the person, like if Juliet's right here or right there, she'll be like, that's right, Juliet. Like I'm not even, it's not Juliet. Juliet's behind you.
Juliet, Marley, Shanice, Danny.
They're all the same
I
to you.
finally get to you.
Eventually. We get there. Eventually
Keandre,
we do get
not
there.
A man, but
Keandre never gets, you're right. Do you ever mix up Keandre's name?
I call Keandre Joe or any of my ex-boyfriends all the time.
Exes.
Yes.
Poor guy.
Poor
At least
me.
you don't call Joe ex-boyfriends. That'd be a problem.
Oh, no, never.
Never.
I've done that before, but not to him.
Really?
Yeah, it was very awkward.
You like remember?
Got mad.
I've done that before, but I really cleared my slate. Good. I did it years ago though, like years ago, yeah. And I was like, I said, their names both started with M's.
Oh wow.
So I was able to really finesse that.
Finesse it?
Yeah.
Wow, good for you, girl.
Thank you.
Mine did not. I think they had like 2 different letters
in their names.
I twisted. Sometimes, exactly right. It's the ADHD. I'm sorry.
She said, I'm just sorry. Well, thank you so much for being on my podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Tell the people where they can find you, your businesses, your outs, your links and the bios. Tell them everything.
So you can find me on Instagram, just my personal Instagram, lightskinnextdoor_. And my business is Crowned by Mads. Come and get your hair braided and you'll walk out feeling like royalty, honey. Come on.
Honey, locks, braids, starting off with cornrows pretty soon. What else to do? Passion twists. She really does it all. Goddess braids, goddess locks. Like she does literally everything, no matter the length, the hair texture. Like
come on through, sis.
Yeah.
Or no, I was gonna say or miss, but like it's the same thing. Sis, him. I do hair on men too. So.
She does. All the goods. So you got to check her out. Again, all her links will be down below in the description or any other place where I can put some information. You can find it. Yeah, absolutely. You guys really should check her out, though. Like, honestly, support your friends, support Black businesses, support your peoples, and really, if you need the hookup, she the one to get you.
They call me Big Purr.
Thank you guys for joining this episode of The Podcast with Me, Daniee KyLand. If you guys want more information, check out The Podcast on Instagram. Make sure to subscribe. I'm trying again. Make sure to subscribe subscribe to the YouTube channel to see the next episode that we do with my next amazing, lovely guest. And definitely head out to the Instagram to see behind the scenes, a little bit of tidbits, questions, and answers, and just some fun little things around there that I just like to pop on the gram for you guys. If you want to follow me, it's at Daniee KyLand. And again, everything is linked down below in the description box below and in the info on your podcast. You click right from Spotify, right from iHeartRadio, wherever you are, you could do it. Oh, I have a song. I just dropped a song.
Yes, you mad?
We love friends. I love my supportive friends. Yeah, I dropped a song, You Mad, so you can stream that now. And that's everywhere. It's absolutely every single where. You can Shazam it. You could be like, "Ayo Siri, play You Mad by Daniee KyLand," and she got your back. So definitely go head out and check that if you want to. I'll put it at the end card, so you guys can just link it from there. And yeah, I have loved this.
Me too.
Thoroughly enjoyed
I love
myself.
it too. This is awesome.
Awesome.
Very awesome. I love the banter.
The banter.
The banter we have, it was magnificent.
That's it. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Please cut that out.
Never.
Yeah, she does sound like a fairy godmother. Mom, what part of England would you say you're from with this accent?
I don't know. I'm just making it up.
You did great.
You think so?